subscribe, love, like. We're sponsored by the Spunk Lube and rebroadcast by the Demon Seed Radio Network. We could not do any of this without you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please give us that bump. Sports Stars of People podcast with Dan Frigolette. I'm here with Jillian Janson. Thank you for doing this episode.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. We're at literally like the last hour of Exotica, of like a crazy... When did you get in? When do you leave?
I actually got in Thursday.
No shit.
So I got in Thursday around like 4 o'clock. Took the shuttle. We met up with friends and had a really good night the first night. We just partied, hung out. I got a little too drunk, but...
It's nice to come in early for something like this because a lot of times people will come... Like it seems like like a lot of people landed on Saturday and then had to go straight there. And I don't envy that vibe. It's like...
Yeah, no, I like to have like a time to settle in and get, used to things. No, it was a great night. And then, the first day of the show was awesome.
Yeah.
Clocked out a little early, to get ready for my Sapphire feature.
Yeah, nice.
And that was great. I was on stage with Bridget B.
Okay.
She's amazing.
It's like double veteran status now. Wait, how long have you been in the business now?
6 years.
What do you think is the mark when you go, okay, this is obviously a veteran. This person's like an OG making it.
Right.
Thing.
Right.
What's the mark? What year do you think?
I think at least 5 years. You got to be in at least 5 years.
Do you consider yourself a veteran at this point?
I think, but it's weird. I only say that because literally at that, at 5 years going in, it's like I feel like a veteran, because I'm telling all these new girls,
right?
I'm teaching this and doing that, and I don't know, maybe 10.
Yeah,
that's like you're official. Like that's like you're a legend. No one can fuck with you at that point.
Yeah, this is kind of like is the unwritten rule I think in comedy. This is honestly all of the like parallels between comedy and porn is what kind of like drove me to want to explore this territory. And it seems like if you just hang in the business for 10 years, you're just there. You're just like you're hitting better money marks. It's like if you lasted through the shit.
Yeah.
Then you get to, like, now everybody knows you and you just get to be in the thing.
And there's still girls who haven't been in who haven't like actively worked in a while, and they're still very relevant because they come to events like this and see their fans in person, and it'll keep you alive for literally,
it does seem like if you put the work in, then you can just hang and you're like, no, I'm in the Hall of Fame. I'm in it. I'm good.
Yeah, I guess I'm in the Hall of Fame now.
Are you in the Hall of Fame?
Yes, this past Night Moves.
Nice.
I got inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I won Best Adult Star Feature Dancer.
Oh, that's cool. Is that part of the business? Is that something that you envisioned that you were going to enjoy, the feature dance part? Because not everybody does that thing.
I never knew about it, actually. So it was my first AVN. I was kind of just dancing around my booth, just being fun, having fun. And I'd kind of heard about it. One girl kind of mentioned it in the past. And actually, Jessa Rhodes mentioned it to me. And... coming from her, I was like, oh my gosh, I think I would love to do something like that. And then it kind of fell off my radar for a second because I was, shooting and stuff. And then got booked for AVN and was signing, and I was just kind of shaking my booty, doing my thing. And then a feature agent came up, and he was like, oh, you want to do that on stage?
Literally, that was his opening line?
Literally. Which is pretty much kind of like the opening line of how I got into porn. I was webcamming, and how you just in the chat room?
Yeah.
Just again doing my thing.
Right.
And all of a sudden I get put into private. And so I'm in the private chat room, and the guy's like, get up, turn around. Okay, you passed. Passed what? Passed the audition. Audition for what? Well, to be a porn star. I'm like, what? Okay, tell me more.
No shit. Wait, it seems like I bump into stories a lot where people are like, it's people that are like very sex positive and like and gravitate towards what's happening in porn, watch porn, like porn. So, like, was this a thing that you like? Nobody like grows up as like a little girl like I'm gonna be a porn star. But is this a thing that like you at one point marked off?
I never had a name for it.
Yeah.
Like oh, this is what I should do for a living. But I was always sexual. I was always like, fucking around with whoever like. So I was at school one time and. I'm trying to get into this like clique of like really, girls or whatever.
Okay.
And we become good friends. We're good friends, for a little bit.
Yeah.
Not really enough to like sleep at each other's houses yet, but I asked, I was like, hey, let's have a sleepover.
And you're how-ish old?
And it was about 9th grade.
Okay.
And I'm just messaging this guy offline, and I didn't realize like he was the brother of one of these girls.
Oh, no shit.
So of course, out of nowhere, we haven't spent, the night, and out of nowhere, I'm just kind of like, hey girl, like let's spend the night, like I want to go over to your house and let's have a sleepover. And in reality, I was just texting her brother like all night, like God, when is she gonna go to bed? Like
this is literally every man's actual fantasy. Like I ended up hooking up with my best friend's sister at his wedding, like years later, because it was like just that palpable like tension all the time. So that's every.
Then I ended up fucking another friend's like on and off boyfriend.
This is still in junior high?
Same. So they got upset at me for fucking her brother or whatever because, like, it's their business, I guess, because it was her brother. Like, come on now.
It is weird.
It's not like it was your boyfriend. I said that and then ended up fucking the other girl's boyfriend.
That's funny. It is weird. I don't know why we do this thing. It's like my sister... for a long time was like we're only a couple years apart and she just didn't want anybody to like she didn't want me to like talk to anybody her age. I don't know why we do this thing. It's like we should be happy for for our siblings, right? Like why are we like jealous or mad of our siblings?
You want nothing to do with
like to be out of the be completely out of the thing.
No,
like that was the big thing. Both of my sisters actively cock blocked me at their weddings, and I don't know if they knew my wedding record because I wasn't on purpose, but just if I look at the track record, I've had a pretty good success rate at weddings,
right?
Because of whatever, it's just like all the pieces come together properly. And both of my one sister like made sure that I couldn't bring a date, and then my other sister, they could feel it happening. They could feel like the one friend like leaning in my direction during the wedding.
So she'll do whatever she can to like pry and be like, no.
And then my older sister, it wasn't her wedding, like stepped in and like made sure to like cock block. And I was like, this is not good sibling behavior.
Right.
You should be like rooting for me.
Well, at least you're a lot closer, to your sisters and. Most people are.
It drove me further away. They don't have my best interest in mind.
So that's what drove you away?
Well, they don't have my best interest in mind. It's like now I can't trust, you know what I mean? So now you have to remove that part. That's the thing. I think we do that a lot. I think we remove the sexual part of us out of our families so that it just doesn't like become. So then you're like secretly doing it or whatever. Like
right. Like you're trying not to, but it just.
I think it's
inevitable.
But I think it's like that's why I think with this business and people I meet in this business, I think there was always a part of me that was like, I like kind of want my mom and dad to know like what I'm involved in, what kind of antics I'm involved in, because it's a part of me.
Exactly.
So it's weird that I would have to like. Yeah. No, you don't talk about that like type of thing. So. I think it breeds healthier. Look at these dogs. I think it breeds healthier
so cute.
people and healthier interactions. So where are you?
At expos, I always try to take pictures with like the cutest dogs.
Yeah, I was like raking through my brain about whether or not I'd seen dogs at the expo, and I didn't think I had.
Did you see the big one?
And then I saw a bunch of dogs today.
And then last expo, there was like a tiny little teacup one. It was so little.
Was it?
And I'm a cat person. I'm gonna be honest.
Cat person?
I have a cat, but when it's just like the furriest, cutest little thing, like I'll go crazy over it.
I don't know. Do you think that more cat people gravitate to porn? It feels like every porn star has a cat. It really does.
Because we love pussies.
Yeah. It feels like every porn star has a cat.
You know what? I actually know a lot more dog people.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I guess
I don't know a lot of cat people.
I guess
to be
there is
honest.
that
I know
thing.
some.
I guess there's this thing that keeps happening. There's like all these like because now that I'm in the whatever the algorithm of porn stuff on Twitter or whatever, there's always these cam fuck ups where the dog
That's a good
comes
word to
in.
put. Yeah.
So
Getting the flow of how like the industry goes.
Yeah, well, because before the idea of the podcast, I started following everybody. So I it's to the point where I can't open my Twitter in public.
I can't.
I can't open it on a plane,
can't.
or it's just like
It's,
I'm like, oh, there's a dick.
and well, the thing is, I can't even go into my ats, my mentions,
Right.
because
Right.
everyone's posting stuff of me, and then it's like my stuff on
Right.
blast, and it's like, oh, sorry, miss, I'm in the airplane, and it's like, oh, how you can kind of like, you're not like looking, but you could just out of the corner of
Right.
it.
And if
Even
half
it's
the
like
screen
your
is a
screen
dick,
is
it's
dark.
not. Yeah.
There's
There's a pussy. There's a pussy on this lady's screen.
Whoa,
well,
right there.
Because then it looks like,
I
like
love
you're
it.
actively looking at pornography on the plane. You're like,
Right.
no. This is Twitter. This isn't me.
Right. No, this is just my
This
everyday
is the
life.
internet. I can't. Don't blame me for
This
this.
is just my everyday life.
But yeah. But so I always see these like webcam mishaps where dog comes in at like the most heightened moment of the scene, or
Yeah, so that's why I can't webcam, because
'Cause of the
my
cat? She'll just.
and also because like I'm just like, she's my baby. I feel so mean when I have to like lock her out of
Right.
the room or something. So I'll leave it open, but then she'll come up and she's just like, I'm literally just like, she comes up like, yo.
Me too. Right.
It's like, and it's so funny because it doesn't happen to just me. It just happened to another girl, and I saw it on Twitter, and like she made the video and actually posted it,
Yeah.
and everything. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah,
that's classic. I love it.
My dog.
But then some issues arise, like, oh, that's like bestiality.
Right.
Like even if it's just in the frame, it's like, oh, like that's
Yeah,
sick. Your cat shouldn't be in the. It's like,
yeah, people are trolls.
they're just like.
My dog.
I just lay in my bed naked, and my cat just cuddles with me. Like, that's
Yeah.
not weird.
I think my dog. Sometimes I think my dog's judging me when I'm handling my business. But no, it is interesting because especially with like how much we're using social media,
Yeah.
you just be like in bed and whatever, like whatever state that you are in your house
You just do
of
it.
disrobed,
Yep.
and then if you're with your dog and they're like, oh, you're just naked with your dog, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's my fucking dog.
People who just don't have pets don't get it.
Yeah. Like, I don't have to like, just because I'm naked doesn't mean I have to fuck my dog. Like, that's on you. Like, if that's the first
If
place your
you're
mind's
into
going, that's
that,
you.
Go for it.
Don't put that
No
on
one's
me.
judging you,
Don't put that on me.
because we all got our fetishes.
Yeah. Well, so wait, you said that you are from, and I get all the Midwest
Oh, don't do
M
it.
cities
I'm just
wrong.
gonna say it, Minnesota.
You're in Minnesota.
Oh, you were right. It was
I was in
close.
Minneapolis.
You
Yeah.
gotta say.
That you grew up there? Or you're
Kind of
from
all
there?
around
Are you still from
Minnesota,
there?
but no, I live in LA.
No, but are you still like do you still have to go back there and see people? Is
I
that
mean,
still
yeah,
part
my
of
family's still
Yeah,
there.
nice.
Yeah.
What's the
My
big-
mom tried to move out to Cali, but it's
Somehow Minnesota's been the missing piece. I've skipped Michigan and I've skipped Wisconsin. I've skipped all sort of that like little.
everyone
chunk.
always guess like, oh, you're a Wisconsin girl.
Yeah.
You're a Michigan girl. I'm like, no, Minnesota.
So what is it? What's the vibe there? Like, what's good to do in Minnesota? If somebody's gonna go to
Literally
Minnesota,
nothing unless if you go to the Mall of America,
Mall of America, right?
Valley Fair.
What is Valley Fair?
It's like our Six Flags. Like
oh,
our
no
Six,
kidding.
yeah.
You have your own. Okay.
And that's about it.
Six Flags has
We
been.
got 10,000 lakes.
Oh, this was a Jeopardy question the other day, and it's actually
Yeah.
more like because the question
It's
was it's
actually
more
a
like
lot
15,000.
more,
Yeah.
It's probably like 20,000 now.
Yeah.
But because what they'll do is they'll like anything like bigger than a pond is a lake.
Oh, is that right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, it has to be fresh water,
Yeah.
and then.
And what will happen is like because like ditches and stuff, what will happen is like a ditch, will just come like a pond.
Yeah.
So that pond will eventually become a lake.
Because you get too much. You get too much run over.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So. But yeah, no, good guess. Or well, not.
No,
or
you told me.
Memory.
Just,
Memory.
Vague
not guess.
listening skills. Just
Yeah.
good vague listening skills. So then, okay, so you go back to L.A. What? Now? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow at about 7 in the morning.
Okay, I think everybody's literally
Everyone,
on that same flight.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
gotta be a wild fun
They're-
flight though.
Yeah.
too.
Oh my gosh, they're so fun because like we'll meet up on the way here, kind of like we'll all like run into each other at the airport.
Yeah.
Coming here, And it's funny, like we'll recognize or realize like we don't see like so. Especially when we're all dressed up, and sometimes like when we all just go on the airplane, we're all dressed down, and you don't recognize people sometimes. And last year, I didn't recognize the fact that I was sitting right behind Kenzie Taylor.
Right. This is okay. So this is a real thing that I was talking about. I was making.
This year, I totally forgot that someone else, or I didn't see someone else, and they were like, "You didn't see me."
Right.
And I'm like, "I'm so sorry."
Between eyelashes, makeup, filler, some of the stuff, it seems like we're all
or everyone having their hair down all the time, they putting it up.
Well,
for the
I think
airport.
it feels like we're all trying to get to the same face. Kind of, we're all like the goal is to get pretty close to the same face. So there are some people that got right on it, and then it's like makeup face that day. It's like 4 people could be interchanged because they're right because we're all just trying to get to that one standard. That we call whatever.
Yeah. I try to, sometimes, because what I do is, like, I like to slum it, at the airport sometimes, like, so people don't know, like, it's me or whatever. And, like, I don't, I would, way back in the day, I used to think, like, oh, I should do something like that.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't feel like I'm that big of a name.
Yeah, well, here's what
I recognize, like, everywhere.
Here's what I uncovered this week.
Because I have different looks and stuff to me, and I can literally just, I don't know. My glasses. People don't recognize me with my glasses. That's
here's what I think it is. So I uncovered this week that like people that are heavily tattooed are more likely to get recognized because it's the second mark.
Yeah.
Because our natural inclination when we see somebody that we like, that we think we know, but we don't know personally, but we think we've seen somewhere, is we go, it's definitely not them.
Yeah.
Because that would be unlikely. So then you make up reasons in your head so that it's not them. But then if you have like a very specific neck tattoo. The first girl I ever met in this business, she was trying to transition out, and I was nowhere near this podcast yet, and her big problem was that she had this tattoo that was very recognizable in her work. And so then the tattoo was like, she couldn't hide it, and then everybody knew who she was.
Yep.
So if you have a big specific tattoo, but otherwise, I don't think our human facial recognition software that we have in our brain is that good.
Mine is actually a lot better than the name recognition.
Right.
Names.
Yeah,
I am awful with names sometimes.
It's like I think I know you. I think I know why I know you. I was saying hi to people last night, and I thought I knew them from one thing, and it turns out I knew them from something else.
I felt so bad. I was like, great meeting you, and then I was like, no, I met you before. So I go by like great seeing you again, or great seeing you, or great talking or chatting.
This guy Artie Fuqua was the best at it. He's a comedian who's been performing at the Comedy Cellar for probably 18 years, and so he's just gotten really good at like he sees somebody, he recognizes when they want to say hi to him, and he's like judging their face on whether or not they think they've met before. And then he, because of that, goes over the top as if he knows exactly who they are. And he goes, hey, how are you? Big hug. And like, he's like, let's take a picture quick. And he's take a picture. And then he like pretends to be distracted and then kind of gets out of it. But he like, he like overshoots the moment where you go, do you remember me from? He just goes right past that so that everybody thinks they know each other. It's brilliant to watch.
Yeah, it's funny because at a point when you just kind of like get into that, you're just like, everybody mode, you just like, hey, you just like want to jump in with everybody, and then you just never learn names. Like you're never gonna know their name. You're never gonna know. You're just gonna be like, hey.
But people want to feel special, so people want to take a time out and go, but do you remember specifically who I am?
So I'll go. I'll find like a way, in my head to like, okay, stay it a bunch of times. Like,
you know what I do?
What do you do? What's a good?
When I meet somebody new. I like confirm the spelling, even if it's like something dumb.
I always do that. No,
I'll go Sarah with an H.
Oh God, I don't want to give away my thing, but I do that too when I already know your name.
Yeah, what is it?
Like when I already know your name, I'm just like, how do you spell your name?
Oh, you do that?
Like when or when I know you, but I don't know your name.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but I'm a big stickler on this myself because it happens to me all the time. I just ask just in case because sometimes people spell it with an E or O or an I or this and that. Just like my name is S-O-N, not S-E-N.
Yeah.
Oh, you know how many times I get that?
Yeah. Well, right. It's how far from your birth name is your name?
Oh, it's far. The reason why I changed my name so much was because the first name I ever had, I was trying to make it close to my real name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You were? Who was?
No, I was trying to make.
You were trying to make those,
I've
and you're
had
like,
3
let's get it
stage names.
Yeah.
Like, until I finally adopted like this one
Yeah.
for real.
It's good.
For
The,
life.
the double J. Double J's is always good.
And that's why too, because like I wanted it to be like JJ. I wanted a nickname.
Alliteration is fun.
Yeah.
It really is. I like get mad at my parents that I'm not Frankie Frigolette. You know what I mean? Not that I would want to be that guy, but alliteration's fun.
Yeah. No, I like it.
No,
Having
yeah. So I
names
don't.
Or like catchy names and stuff that like you can use for like anything. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this business is fun. Your name is more unique than most people's names in this business. A lot of people, it literally feels like there was like 25 tiles that were in were in like a bag, and you just picked out. And it was like, okay, well, I'm somebody's star.
Hey, that's
for sure.
actually a really good idea. That's a really good way to
I'm
pick out your porn name.
Right. I'm somebody Amber for sure. You know what I mean?
Most people try to do like the street they were born on, and
Well, that's the fake
their
one.
pet.
That's the fake
So
one for
mine
civilians.
would be baby girl Margaret.
Oh wow, mine would
Weird,
be.
right?
So if it's my middle name and the street name, my name would be John Hilton Wood, which is actually pretally good.
That's actually a good
it's
one.
pretty good because Wood is
That's
in there.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Wood is in
Wood
there.
is it.
Yeah, so that's actually not bad.
That's a good one.
That's not bad.
So
okay,
I'm so good at like coming up with names for other people.
yeah,
Sometimes.
like that was the
Not on the spot.
that was
but
the big
when
thing
I just,
with,
it just comes to mind.
that was the big like character moment for the Dirk Diggler story. Was that this guy's so good at making names, right?
Yeah.
It was Dirk Diggler. And what was his? Do you remember what his sidekick's name was? Damn it, it'll come to me. What's your downtime like? What do you like? Because it's something as immersive as this, and it happens in comedy too. When we have like, if I tour, if I have like a big comedy weekend, I have to get so far away from it for a couple days afterwards. What's your downtime?
So that's
thing?
what I say. I tell people because some people even came up to me like this weekend. They were like, "Are you still, shooting?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like I'm still shooting. Like I'm never. Like there's no reason or like I don't want to give up porn or leave or whatever. If anything, I will always decide to take a break because of that reason. I want to be in here for the rest of my life and." Girls will get run down, burn out, or whatever. Like they'll just like get over it and just like not want to do it, or they'll, shoot with everybody and do anything and everything. And it's like, I would rather, take a break, kind of like relationships, like when, like, or even, or family, like you love your family,
Right.
but
Thanksgiving, Christmas, see you next year.
exactly, it's just like you gotta miss them. It's like I miss, that factor. And so it's
So but you're gonna go home after this. What's your specific like? Are you just like? So my thing is hide. I just hide for a couple days.
Yeah. So what I'll do, it depends. Like it depends on I'm just taking a break from porn.
No, like you're
or
like,
if I'm taking a break from like
you're going home tomorrow. What's gonna be your like Tuesday day?
or just like a typical day. Okay,
Yeah,
so not like when I'm on breaks and stuff. Because honestly, even if I'm just on a break or I'm just going home from the day, I do the same thing. I've got my cat.
Yeah.
I've got.
I don't know why I'm envisioning a cat with just all white hair. What's your cat?
She's got white on the bottom, but she's actually gray on top.
Okay.
She's my screen.
Your backdrop.
My kitty's my
Nice.
backdrop.
What's she on?
She's a toy.
Oh, I see.
A toy in her mouth. I take professional photos of
Professional cat photos?
Yeah, my cat. Well, no, when I first got my camera, I was just testing.
Oh, you
it.
were doing it. No, great.
Yeah, no, when I got my camera, I don't really use it.
That's funny. That I think it literally is the first thing. I was like dumping footage off of this, and I was like, why is there 40 videos and 30 of them were like 2-second shots of like my dog trying to like work on the.
But yeah, I'll
the
cuddle with
settings.
her. I'll watch TV. I'll just.
What are you watching right now? Are you addicted to anything?
Oh gosh, I watch a lot of like I don't know why, but I get so interested in mystery and crime and all that. So I watch The Rookie. I watch Grey's Anatomy. I watch Station 19.
So
I watch. Oh God, there's so many. Let me go on my Hulu right now.
with the murder mystery thing, let me ask you this: with the murder mystery thing, do you find that you want to help solve the murder?
No, it's like it.
Are you like?
I learn
do you-
from the acting.
Okay.
I'll learn from the acting.
Yeah.
And then I'll also, I predict what's gonna happen
Sure.
before it happens,
Yeah.
and then like I predict like okay that's like
He's the
I'm
killer.
I'm like the investigator detective, like. Yeah, because obviously when you're watching the show, they're giving you hints. Like,
Right.
obviously, it's probably the husband.
And you can feel
or
it. They're trying to
this
send you
or
in this
that,
direction. Right?
Or, yeah, any time they mention, somewhat, or...
They'll, like, uncover a lie.
Like,
Why didn't he say that?
all right.
He wasn't where he
you
said
already
he was.
Did, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
we already know. All right, but, no, I like to feel like I'm, like... I guess back in the day, I even did, like, a little program where, like, I wanted to be, I wanted to be a police officer. Like,
Yeah?
I don't know why. I wanted to, like, serve and protect and, like...
Have you done that? Have you done that porn? Have you been a cop in a porn
I
yet?
think I have. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been... Probably
That
not
was
a good
one
one, but...
There was a movie. There's a Stacy. You know who Stacy Dash is. She was in Clueless.
Right.
But she's a lot older than I thought she was because she's just so fucking hot. And so she was in this cop thing. It's like the first time she did like a topless thing, and it was huge to like do topless in the 80s and be like a mainstream actress. But anyway,
Right.
so she had this cop movie that was so fucking like
Yeah.
hot.
I think I might know what you're talking about, but I'm so bad with like names and stuff in movies. Or you tell me what a movie is and I'm just like, wait, what? You know, like how everyone can like literally quote Step Brothers?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
seen that movie a million times and I still can't quote a damn thing.
Yeah, we did like Taboo earlier.
Your balls off my drums or
It-
something like that. I don't know. I
was
can't do it.
It was like me versus two porn girls in Taboo, and they were like quoting movies, and I was like, "What are these movies? I don't know what this is." And they were both like, and they both knew them. They were both crushing it. And that's
Yeah,
what
I can't. I have the worst memory sometimes.
So my thing is, I think with the murder show thing is, it's like getting saturated, and I really think it's like I can understand from the murderer's perspective sometimes why he would kill. I think we need to do like a deeper dive on the types of people that are being murdered,
It's
to
weird
see if
'cause
they're
you
bad
relate
people.
in ways that you don't realize that you do, and
Well, because it's funny, because like, are you watching because you want to figure out how to get away with murder? Are you watching because you want to find out if somebody will eventually murder you and how to not get murdered? So it's like it's all that stuff.
That.
Yeah.
A lot of like, and a lot of people don't realize like that's you want to know. People, like some people grow up and they're like really against TV and stuff. Like, no, I learned so much just by watching.
Yeah.
Even if I know it was fake or scripted or whatever, like, but like it happened. Like,
so for me,
still
it
a
feels
scenario that is realistic that I could know how to get myself out of, or this is what they did. I can do this too, or this and that. So yeah, that's actually
I agree with that. I feel like I definitely learned some things. Just like they say like in a joke, there's like a nugget of truth that goes to like, it's still an art form. It's still like a scenario that somebody wrote, so they're drawing on something. And but I also do think that TV was much smarter when we were growing up. Like there was all kinds of shit that was happening in cartoons, like that was like.
Like even just the cartoons these days are not like Tom and Jerry. They did something to Tom and Jerry. They're making them talk now.
Right. This is what I was saying the other day.
Why are you doing this? They don't talk.
Yeah, kids are getting dumber. Yeah, Tom and Jerry. We had to watch and understand body language, which actually made us better people because we could understand that like, oh no, he just fooled him. He's pretending to be nice to him.
Right.
We know for sure that he still
certain
wants to kill him.
tones of your voice or
Yeah.
ways that you project your body or whatever. Like
yeah.
I watch that kind of stuff. Like I look for all that.
It is interesting because now everything is much dumber now. We've made the children much dumber in the process. But yeah,
we're all getting dumber.
But there was like I would not know that
technology. It makes us feel so smart, but yet we're also just like if you don't have autocorrect, forget about it. Like it would take me forever to write a thing because I'd have to go back and fix it.
We've
this
started
and that.
Yeah, we've started living within the things. I tried to. This is 5 years ago, and I got a comedian, like a notebook that had also like a date book in the front because I still physically write down my dates and my stuff. And it was a Secret Santa gift. And she opened it up and she's like, "What the fuck is this?" She's like, "I got my iPhone and that's my calendar. I don't need this piece of shit." And I was so offended by the thing. But it's like yeah, but what happens when your phone dies? What happens if like anything else. It's like we've lost the ability to do the regular thing. Like when was the last time you like wrote something down?
We all rely on our phones, but I'm the kind of person that I do. It's like a backup. Like I need a pen, at least in my purse every single time. You know, I keep it in my little wallet book. You know, like. It's still important. You don't realize, like, exactly, your phone could go dead. Your power bank to your phone that powers it could go dead. Like, you don't know.
Last night, I had the pleasure to present a couple categories of Inked Awards, and I did a thing at the beginning. And so, but I made sure to write out, like, we had a teleprompter, but I made sure to write out the stuff that I was going to do on cards.
Because you still practice.
And during the show, for 30 or 40 seconds, they lost the video and the sound.
Ironic.
And I just had them. I had them here just in case. It was good.
See, it's always good to be prepared. Always good.
So that's cool. So all right. So when's your so this starts to not be like dead season, but it starts to get a little easier, right? Between now and then there's almost nothing until AVN. Is that
right?
Is that fair?
For some people.
Yeah.
So for me, because I feature dance.
Yeah.
That's when everyone decides to, we're going to book her every weekend to go here, and here. So I actually stay in the, groove. But
so where are you the next 8 weeks?
Literally next weekend, I am at Spearmint Rhino in Minnesota, my home state.
Nice.
So
now, have you coordinated it? So I've finally gotten the relationship with the comedy club that's in the town that my folks are in, where they know I'm coming home for the holiday, and they give me that weekend. Have you coordinated that? Like, do you get to end up like at the club near some people?
Like for instance, like all my friends, they live far away from this, like the cities where we'll be.
Yeah.
So it'd be awesome to sit there and be like, oh my gosh, I would love to set up, like I've got at least 3 or 4 like really good, like high school, middle school, whatever friends like that were like by my side.
That you didn't, whose brothers you didn't fuck.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, I don't get time. I don't get enough time. I get there, I fly in, and they have me, dance that night, and then I'm so exhausted because I'm there until 4 or 5, maybe 6 in the morning, or I'm up regardless until 6, 7, because I'm wired from dancing, and that was my workout because I don't work out. So
you get what I get. You get the stage adrenaline. You go home and you have to like figure out how to
calm down.
Yeah.
So, and then I'll still be making videos or something, or, but I'll still be, up, and then I'll finally go to bed around 8, 9 o'clock, and then wake up, 3, 4, or 5 to get ready. So I've got at least enough time to eat.
Go to bed at 9 a.m.?
I'm literally, that's pretty much what I'm saying right now. That's my schedule.
Yeah. No matter what.
Every feature.
Yeah.
It's you fly in,
do you keep that
eat,
schedule?
You dance, you do whatever you can to fill out some time while you're awake, and then you sleep, you eat, you dance.
When you're home, are you waking up at 3 p.m. and you're still going to bed at 9 a.m.?
My sleeping schedule is so out of whack. But I grew up as a night owl.
Yeah.
My mom, the only time I could hang out with my mom was when she was up at night.
I was trying to stretch that mark.
She was busy bee.
I kept trying to hit the mark where I would
keeping a roof over our heads.
I was trying to figure out how to go to bed at noon, and then wake up at 6. That way I can go straight to comedy, and then I can be awake in the morning and like do email shit.
Yeah, I would wake up, or I would just now fall asleep at 4 or 5, and then wake up at 7 for a shoot. Yeah. It's crazier.
So I figured if I could stretch the morning part, then if morning shit had happened, like flights and things like that, then I'd be awake for it.
So what I do too is I know that if I go to bed and I don't get the stuff done that I need, I'd rather stay up a little bit later, and get everything done, and maybe get that extra couple of minutes and even snooze and even be maybe a couple minutes late. But everything is done.
Yeah, I'll do the I'll because for sure I'm not the one who's gonna wake up and make it happen. I'm gonna take it. Yeah, I'm gonna take it out of the year end. I'm gonna take it out of the end where the sleeping. I'm gonna shrink the sleeping because I know that the waking up part is not gonna be.
Yeah, waking up for me is a bitch.
It's the hardest thing. Even like,
'Cause I'm a snoozer. I press snooze like 3-4 times.
and then so I have, and I'll snooze in a full hour if I get the opportunity.
I will set an alarm for my alarm.
Yeah.
You know, like just
I've always,
just to get me out of that deep sleep. Like I need something, but then
Yeah,
I
I used
need
to
that
run across the
feeling
room
of
that you
going
had to
back
go and hit it.
bed again. And that's what I did last
This
night.
is when the cell phone thing became
And I
your
still didn't
alarm.
get
It
up.
made it harder because you can accidentally shut it off. So
Yeah.
now I have the Alexa, so I have to
I
yell
have
at her.
Too, yeah.
So a part of me has
She's
to wake
right next
up
to me.
to yell at her,
Yeah.
and that way I can. It's a process.
When you just have to wake, just to even like use that in your chest.
Right.
Like, Alexa.
Right, like the phone's ringing that you need to take the call, but you slept too late, and so you do the couple test hellos. Hello. Hi. Hey. Yeah. Hi. The test hello.
I don't like when she turns on randomly though. When like a commercial will come in, and they'll say Alexa, and she'll turn on.
That's why I changed her name
To Echo or
to Echo,
some
yeah.
to Dot. Yeah,
'cause
I was thinking about that.
Alec Baldwin kept telling my bitch what to do, and that was not cool. I was like locked in on whatever I was doing, and then now she's telling me the weather, and I'm like, bitch. It is
Just
funny.
because you were saying your friend's name or whatever, and it sounded just like.
Well, no,
Alexa
for the
or-
commercial, because they were pushing the commercials hard. Because I got.
Oh, because
Yeah.
the actual
Yeah.
Alexa commercial. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that fucked me up too. she wouldn't stop. But no, I love technology. It's crazy. Like, it's kind of like I need an assistant, but I'm just like I'm already saying it once and it's already done. I'm doing it. Why
Yeah.
have to do it again? And then again, it's just, I don't know. But so I've got right here my own personal assistant,
Yeah.
Siri or Alexa or whatever. More about the system. Like say you move over here, it'll move with you,
The camera.
the camera.
Okay, interesting.
So I mean, sure, there's a lot of cameras out there that do that.
Yeah, I think that's part of I think that's one of the things. There's
But
smile
I think
tracking,
just
eye
the whole
tracking.
like connecting and interaction with like all your people on Facebook, because like I don't have like I don't actually have like a Facebook
Yeah.
because I keep getting deleted.
It's not porn friendly at all.
It's not porn friendly at all.
Well, let me ask you
But
this.
I do have it for my other
Yeah.
for the fact that I've had it for like
For my
years and years and
civilian
years.
name.
For my civilian
think-
self, but
So I watched one of these like what was it, like one of these like data breach type documentaries recently, and I've always been of the opinion that like I'm more comfortable with the fact that like everybody's shit is out there,
yeah.
because then that makes me not important at all. It's like if you can get my social security number, you can get Warren
Just makes
Buffett's.
things less awkward.
But if you can get my social security number, you can get Warren Buffett's social security number. You're going to Warren Buffett. You're not going to me,
Right.
Like you're gonna go deal with the other people. So, but we're in this space where people think that the fact that we've given up our privacy in all these ways is bad.
Right.
It's in your favor because you've created not an alter ego, but you've created the character that now you're pushing, and
We have one we grew up as,
Yeah.
And then there was one person that we were able to create.
Yeah.
Like I remember growing up and like being like, oh, it sucked that, I moved around a lot, or I was born, but I was born into this. Like I couldn't, if I could just like, when I was born, change all or affect the fact that, oh, we, my mom needed this, or we lived here, or that, or it's like we don't have that ability. So to be able to have control over, what you look like and what your name is and where you live and how you all this it's it's amazing, like we're kind of able just put ourselves in, we can go back and be like, I can be my civilian self, but I know the difference between my civilian self and my porn star self. Like my porn star self is always on.
Yeah.
I'm always ready to go. I'm always like really happy and always smiling, always like
well, how far is the gap?
But my other one is just like, there's times where I don't want anyone to talk to me, mess with me. Like I just want to like cuddle up in my bed and watch TV and not be on my phone at all or nothing. And,
so wait, so this is interesting. So then
those are my breaks.
So when you're doing that, you're literally like you're not even Jillian Janson on those moments.
I'm not Jillian anymore at that point. No, if I'm not on my phone, if I'm not connecting or wanting or like having that moment, but that's what we were talking about
Jillian
earlier.
Janson
Those are my breaks.
take naps.
Those are my breaks. It's like I need to take, every once in a while I need to not be on my phone, put it away and be like, okay, like life is not all about that damn thing.
That is interesting because you get to do that.
Then again, it also pays my bills. So.
Right. Well, you get to do that like so much more specifically because as a comedian, the whole goal is always to like try to be as much myself on and off stage to try to get those things as close as I can.
Which is why I need to take those breaks to have that time to myself so I can always be on when I see everyone.
Yeah. So this is the point in the show where I tell people to pay for their porn. The performers are on. If you found it on clip sites where there's no money being exchanged, the performers are not getting money for this thing. So please pay for your porn. How do we do that? How do we pay for your porn? How do we find your content?
You can Google me. I'm everywhere. But I say Twitter is the best right now. XO Jillian Janson.
And then we can find your premium snaps and your.
No, that was deleted.
Okay, so like I said,
so I've got my Instagram, which was also deleted for the second time. So I'm on my third one. Let's fingers crossed. Let's hope this one survives. So you can follow it, Jillian Janson XX, and then I have JillianJansonXXX.com, which has OnlyFans, Sex Panther.
Perfect.
You can go to textjillian.com too. That's a little faster. You can spoiljillian.com, go to clubjillian.com.
Nice.
There's so many .coms. I'm just going to make you com.
All of them. Thank you to my guest, Jillian Janson, for being on this episode. So we've been working on some behind-the-scenes content that's safe for work. So I have a physical challenge for Jillian, so check that out on YouTube. We have today's episode on YouTube. We're on iTunes or Google Play, whatever thing you're on. We're on that thing. We just started a Patreon to try to push some more of whatever you guys are specifically looking for. We're gonna kind of lean towards those categories. But we have a new episode every Sunday. Check us out. Thank you again to my guest, Jillian Janson. Go out, buy her stuff, support her, keep her in this business because we love her. Thank you guys.